I'm happy to introduce Carole Chi. She's running for County Commissioner, District 6. Hi, Carole.
Hi, Pam. Originally, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, but we've lived in Sterling Heights for 41 years. I'm a retired public school teacher, and I'm the granddaughter of immigrants, Eastern European immigrants, and I'm married to an immigrant.
Carole, I know that you're a retired public school teacher. How does that fit in with your position on unions?
I taught in Detroit, and I taught in Clinton Township, Clintondale Community Schools, and in both of those places, I joined the union. Joined the AFT or the DFT, Detroit Federation of Teachers, and when I was in Clintondale, I joined the MEA, which is the Michigan Education Association. The reason I joined the unions, for one thing, I was a teacher and I wanted to support the unions. I'm a professional, and my dad always tried to get a union in his shops, the small shops he worked in as a machinist when I was a kid growing up, but he kept getting fired. Every time he tried to bring in a union, he kept getting fired. So my mom told him, stop doing that. We have 7 mouths to feed. So when I had a chance to join a union, I jumped at the chance. I'm proud to do that. And I was also the union building rep for the last 4 years in Clintondale before I retired, Clintondale Middle School.
Carole, most everybody supports public safety, but there's a new thing going on with the EMS service.
Yes, it's called the 911 surcharge, and that is everybody that owns a cell phone, and most everybody owns a cell phone nowadays. If you're in a bad car accident or you're in a parking lot or a mall or a grocery store and something happens, you can call 911 and you can get service because they'll find you with your cell phone. And it's only going to be like pennies a month for every citizen, I believe, that has a cell phone. And then they can easily find you. It's a safety thing, and I'm all for it.
Carole, I know that you're a retired public school teacher and you are pushing for funded public schools. What does that mean?
Fully funded public education, and our governor has helped with that a lot. She has given more money to public schools. Before our current governor, before Governor Whitmer was in, they were taking money away from public schools. They started charter schools. They took away tax dollars for charter schools, and we would like to get that back. We think that public schools are the ones that should be funded by the tax system, not charter schools, not parochial schools, not religious schools. So I don't believe that we should have charter schools funded with the tax dollars, because they do not function they do not get run under the same rules and regulations that we do, that public schools do. Public school teachers have to have a certain amount of education. They have to keep their education up all the time, and we have certain things that we have to teach and have to do when we're in school, certain things we have to look after. But they don't do that in charter schools, and they don't accept everyone. Public schools accept everybody. They accept kids that are disabled, of all kinds of disabilities. They accept every child in public schools. Charter schools are not like that at all.
Carole, I know that there's a lot of people opposed to funding Smart Bus. Tell me why it's important that we have it.
Smart Bus is important because most elderly adults, the last 7 years of their lives, they are unable to drive for one reason or another. Either their eyes fail, or their reactions are too slow, or they have trouble with their hands or their feet or their legs, and they're unable to drive. So that it's needed for the elderly. It's for seniors. It's also needed by people that have disabilities. A lot of people with disabilities use the Smart Bus, and people that are students use the Smart Bus. And I believe anybody probably can use the Smart Bus. They just have to pay a very minor fee. And it's going to be on the ballot this November, so please do vote for the Smart Bus.
Carole, I know a lot of people that don't bother to vote if it's not a presidential election, but voting is really important. Could you highlight some of the reasons?
Yes, voting in a non-presidential year is important because, first of all, you're voting for the governor and the lieutenant governor and the secretary of state and the attorney general and all the down-ballot candidates, of which I am one. It's important to be involved to some extent in politics, because even if you're not interested in politics, doesn't mean politics isn't interested in you. And when bad politicians get elected, when good people don't vote, we do not like the decision that the Supreme Court has made. I personally think that the courts should be expanded, and they've come up with the Hobbs decision, which takes away women's reproductive rights. Women in this country will not stand for it. So women, get out there and vote.
Carole, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Could you give me an idea of why I should vote for you overall?
I think people should vote for me because I have the experience, the dedication, and the leadership to be a Macomb County Commissioner. I hope you'll support me in being a progressive Democrat, a progressive voice on the county commission. We need that. And when bad politicians, again I'll say, bad politicians get elected, when good people don't vote. So please vote for Carole Chi for County Commission, District 6. Thank you.